You know, this is like the greatest mystery of the '80 team. I believe Davy Christian stole the tree. I know I was accused of it. I know John Harrington, we had a meeting and he was Inspector Clouseau and we put all the clues up. Davy says he didn't do it, but being the prankster that he is. I just remember how pissed off the guys were that they stole the Christmas tree. I think that's the best part of what happened in 1980 is, you know, who stole the tree. And whoever did will never come forward. I hope they never come forward unless I'm on my deathbed and he's still alive. He can just send me a card or whisper in my ear, I stole the tree.
I was shocked. I could not believe anybody would do that to Robbie and Mark. And to find out that the trail led to Eruzione's room, which was the last person that you would suspect of doing something like that. After all, he's the captain of the team. What?
So
that's all I know about it.
Are you saying that Mike Eruzione was the culprit?
No. But I'm just saying that that's where the trail led.
My room was at the end of the complex, so I knew nothing about it until everybody started talking about it. I had no idea what was going on, so I have no insight whatsoever. It's news to me when they start talking about it.
I don't know who the culprit was. Still don't. I don't know how the tree got out on the ice because the ice was really thin, and to go out on the lake and put it way out there, they had to crawl, or it wasn't safe. But it was out in the lake. Nobody knows how it got out there. I have no idea who took it, who did it, but it was a great prank.
I don't know who the culprit was. To this day, I don't know. I do know that it was very upsetting. Okay, but beyond that, I had no idea.
Any other details?
And that's my story. And I'm sticking to it.
Well, I can't share any details, but I will say that Robbie was back then the easiest target to harass. He probably still is. He's just so persnickety and so, you know, little, everything had to be in the right little places and all this, and he has this little stupid Christmas tree. Yeah, I mean, guys are definitely going to steal it. Just Robbie, and he'd go crazy, you know, because something was out of order.
I don't know of anybody that stole it from the team. If I were to make a prediction of who did that to Robbie McClanahan and took his Christmas tree during the tournament, I would say it was a prankster. And the one that would prank Robbie McClanahan, I believe, would be Mike Eruzione.
This is the first I've heard about it. I'd be curious to know more myself. I really don't know of what you speak.
Was this happen? When did this happen? I know nothing about this story. But I would suspect that there were probably planners, there were probably schemers, and then there were probably the doers. And I think I'm thinking Mark Pavlich had a lot to do with that, and he was one of those guys that was a little sneaky. He was on those sorts of things, and he always seemed to get away with them because nobody suspected that he was in on it. But somehow I think that tree ended up out on the lake, and on Mirror Lake there. And I'm going to say Mark Pavlich had a lot to do with that, and that's somebody that should be questioned about that whole scenario.
I have no idea who the culprits were. I suspect it's 18 other players. I'm not sure what Mark will say. I finally got over it probably a year ago or so. I'm not bitter anymore.